There's no phrase I could create. There is no melody that I could make. How do you sing about a love so deep without feeling like you miss something? I could try, but I cannot explain. It's kind of love. It's kind of love. It's it's for us. It's kind of love. It's kind of love. It's
Well, it's Wednesday, February the 12th. This Friday is Valentine's Day, more appropriately called St. Valentine's Day because it's named after a Roman saint who was a bishop in Rome at the or during the 3rd century AD. And there's all kinds of stories about how he came to have a day recognized in his honor. Originally, it was celebrated as a feast day. But in this day and age, it's come to mean something about love, mostly about romantic love and sweethearts. And I hope you've got something ready, or at least are planning something for your sweetheart during this time. But you know, I was just listening to Group One Crew in a song that they recorded some years ago called His Kind of Love. Well, are there different kinds of love? Oh, absolutely. While Valentine's Day has come to celebrate romantic love, Saint Valentine ostensibly would have never been called saint unless he had a deep and abiding and apparent love for God. This song is an attempt to explain the type of love that God has for us. And it is very important that we understand first that He does love us with a love that can't be completely sung or completely told or completely written or completely demonstrated unless you look at Christ's death on the cross. The scripture says, this is how we know what love is, that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. He didn't wait for us to get it right and, you know, work on some things for ourselves to show us the greatest love ever shown. He did it on our worst day. And that's His kind of love. But He doesn't leave us without instruction about the kind of love that He wants us to have for each other. In 1 Corinthians 13, which would be very familiar to some of you and maybe not to some, gives us some idea of what love looks like when it's practiced. First, it talks about what love is not, and then it talks about what love is. And let me read to you from 1 Corinthians 13 from the author of Original Love, the inventor, the sustainer, the demonstrator of the greatest love ever seen. It says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. And perhaps the most difficult of all, it keeps no record of wrongs. And then about what love does. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. You know, I'm thankful that we do have this special day coming up to remind us that love should be celebrated, and we should do something special for those closest to us. But what about all the people in the world that just need to know that somebody loves them? This Valentine's Day, this Friday, and hopefully every day, all the other 364 days of the year, will be days that we demonstrate His kind of love to His people and to all those that He loves enough to want them for His people. His kind of love flows through us. And once again, it never fails. God bless you all, and happy St. Valentine's Day.